Jessica Tarlov is on a roll. Just yesterday, I covered on my show the debate she had on the 5 recently on the subject we're about to look at here. And then she hopped over to the show on Fox News, Outnumbered, and did another round of debating a bunch of people all at once on the subject of the Republican accusations against President Biden. And it's so good to see. Anytime you actually have facts being brought forward on Fox News, it's an event. It's a notable moment. And that's why I love these Jessica Tarlov back and forth so much. So again, this is in response to a back and forth that Peter Doocy had with President Biden. I'll show you that, then we'll get to Jessica Tarlov crushing her co-hosts.
There's this testimony now where one of your son's former business associates is claiming that you were on speakerphone a lot with them talking business. Is that what?
I never talk business in anyone. And I know you'd have a lousy question.
Well, why is that a lousy question?
Because it's not true.
Thank you, Mr. President.
It is a lousy question because, as he said there, he's referring to the testimony of Devon Archer and then saying that Devon Archer said that Biden talked about business with business associates of Hunter Biden. That's not at all what Devon Archer said. He confirmed the opposite. If Biden was on the phone, because Hunter Biden and him were on the phone rather often, if Hunter Biden was around business associates 20 times in a decade, he would, likely to impress them, put Biden on speakerphone, but then business talk would not come up, and it would be, as the transcript says, question, the conversation was about the weather, answer, the weather and niceties. The weather and niceties. And based on your knowledge and experience, you have no evidence that would contradict any of these conclusions I just read, meaning no wrongdoing on the part of Biden. When it comes to this, answer, no. That is Devon Archer's testimony. And that's what Jessica Tarlov will make very clear in this back and forth.
Why not just take the question?
Well, he did take the question, and he addressed it.
Why insult the reporter?
Listen, Peter Doocy had to be waved over.
Sorry, quick pause. It has to be noted, really, Harris Faulkner, you have an issue with the reporter being insulted, his question being called lousy after you ran cover for Donald Trump?
Not just take the question.
Well, he did take the question, and he addressed it.
Why insult the reporter?
Listen, Peter Doocy had to be waved over, and he had to be allowed to come over there. There was Secret Service. So he welcomed him into that exchange. And if the president wants to say that it's a lousy question, then that's his prerogative to do it. At least he let Peter Doocy ask the question in the first place. And frankly, the president is right to say that he didn't have anything to do with it, because that's exactly what Devon Archer's testimony confirmed. I honestly can't believe it. We were talking about it on the 5 yesterday.
Devon Archer said he
just
wasn't,
let me speak.
Hold on. Devon Archer said he wasn't on the phone calls. For instance, the Dubai call, he walked out of the room during the call.
Oh, okay.
So
well, there's more that Devon Archer said. Like, he wasn't aware of any wrongdoing by the president.
That he's not an attorney.
Just
I'll just put that out there. He's not. And
well,
we don't know all of what happened on that call in
Devon
terms
Archer
of the texture
either
of it. Matters
or he doesn't. And it was billed as bombshell testimony. I'm here to tell you why it wasn't a bombshell. So again, he said, not aware.
She's right on point there. And they keep doing this back and forth where Devon Archer proved a bunch of stuff, but then once you debunk the things that they say he proved, they say, well, Devon Archer doesn't matter. Oh, we got this former business associate of Hunter Biden. He's going to prove everything that we've been saying. And then the testimony happens. Yeah, see, he proved it. Wait, really? Let's actually look at the transcript. Oh, no, it doesn't matter then. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Of any wrongdoing by the president. That 1023 form that Republicans like Jim Comer and everyone love to wave around. He says it wasn't any evidence of wrongdoing on the part of President Biden, that it wasn't evidence of a bribe. He knows nothing of the, quote, $5 million that the Burisma board allegedly gave to Joe Biden. He also talked about what happened with Viktor Shokin, the Ukrainian prosecutor being fired by Joe Biden and the rest of the international community. He said that Viktor Shokin was good for Burisma, that he wasn't investigating corruption there. Every piece of evidence, so-called evidence, that the Republicans have has utterly fallen apart, which is why Chuck Grassley and Ron Johnson have admitted on our air multiple times that they don't, quote, have it yet. And I would encourage everyone to watch Steve Doocy this morning talking about it on the Fox and Friends couch, where he's pushing and he's saying, tell me what the crime.
And then she continues, but it's absolutely right. That other part of this, too, Quickly, another moment from the transcript. Question, but so do you have any basis to believe that Vice President Biden's call for Shokin's removal was driven by anything other than the U.S. government's anti-corruption policy in Ukraine? Answer, yeah, I have no proof or thought that he fired him for that reason. Question, you have no reason to believe otherwise. Answer, I have no reason to believe. That's from Devon Archer. Then you take into consideration what Jessica Tarlov is saying there, and it really falls apart even further for Republicans, because a big part of this accusation or set of accusations against Biden, actually, before I make this point, this next clip is very relevant to what I'm about to say, so watch this.
First you got a prosecutor fired that was investigating a company.
Then.
That is true.
Really? You're going to just...
The president told
on
us
TV.
that.
He said on
yes,
TV.
Yes, and why?
Son of a you-know-what, I got him fired.
He got him fired because...
unless they fire that prosecutor. I'm going to ask the team to see if we can...
I've seen the video 50 million times.
So you know it exists with the president there, with a ton of people in the audience.
But the prosecutor was not fired for the reason that you guys are saying that he was prosecuted.
You don't think it helped that he was going to withhold $1 billion in U.S. aid? Because that's what he said.
Job. That was the point, that he was not actually...
You're contradicting the President of the United States of America.
No,
the same way that the
you're
president...
misinterpreting him on purpose.
Yeah, this is what we're...
So there, the back and forth is about them saying Biden, to help his son Hunter, push to get this top prosecutor, Viktor Shokin, in Ukraine fired. And the context on that is the narrative from the right wing right now is Viktor Shokin was harmful to Burisma because he was overseeing an investigation into Burisma where Hunter Biden worked. So that's Viktor Shokin, overseeing investigation, Burisma. But actually what we're learning as more evidence comes out and as Devon Archer walked through this, Burisma actually liked having Viktor Shokin in that top prosecutor position because while yes, technically on paper, he was overseeing an investigation into them, he had no interest in, because of his own corruption, actually properly going through with that investigation, actually targeting top executives. And so they liked the fact that there was an illusion of something going on. Yeah, the prosecutor, he's technically not our friend, but actually it was good to have him there. So they didn't want him fired. Biden pushed to get him fired. Biden did the thing that Hunter Biden's company didn't want to happen. But then they say that Biden was bribed to do that thing. Really, really wild for sure. Another quick break. We'll be back after this.